If you thought the WNBA drama couldn't get any more explosive, think again. Because what happened at the Indiana Fever playoff game isn't just about one fan getting ejected. We're talking about leaked footage that shows the real story behind what went down in that arena. And when you see what really happened, you'll understand why the league is in damage control mode. That's right, the footage everyone's been talking about, it's finally here. And it reveals something the WNBA desperately doesn't want you to see. How paying customers were silenced, removed, and banned from their own team's playoff game for doing what fans have done for decades. Type exposed. If you think the WNBA is trying to sanitize the fan experience to protect certain players, get ready, because what you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about that night in Indianapolis. This isn't just about heckling. This is about control, intimidation, and a league that's terrified of its own success. Let's set the scene. Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream. Playoff basketball. The energy in Gainbridge Fieldhouse was electric. Fans had waited years for this moment. Some paid thousands of dollars for courtside seats. They came to support their team and create the kind of atmosphere that makes playoff basketball legendary. But what started as celebration quickly turned into controversy when Alicia Gray, the Atlanta Dream star, had what can only be described as a meltdown on the court. In the middle of live play, she stopped defending, turned to the crowd, and started pointing fingers at fans. That's when everything went sideways. Here's what the official reports didn't tell you. The leaked footage shows multiple angles of what really happened that night. And folks, it's not what you've been told. The footage reveals that the fan who was ejected wasn't screaming obscenities. He wasn't making personal attacks. He wasn't even being particularly loud compared to the rest of the crowd. What was he doing? Exactly what fans have done in every arena, in every sport, for generations. He was talking trash. Come on, Gray. You're shooting like you're blindfolded. Defense. Where's the defense? You call that basketball? This is the kind of heckling that happens at every game. The kind of banter that makes sports fun. The kind of energy that players have dealt with since the beginning of time. But here's where it gets crazy. The footage shows Gray immediately pointing at this fan. Not just once, multiple times. She's gesturing to security, she's talking to the refs, and she's making it clear. She wants this fan gone. But wait, it gets worse. It isn't just from one game. At multiple Indiana Fever games this season, and the pattern is undeniable. Every time an opposing player has an issue with the crowd, security immediately swoops in. Not to assess the situation, not to give warnings, but to remove fans who are doing nothing more than being passionate about their team. We're talking about fans who paid their hard-earned money to watch their team in the playoffs getting treated like they're at a library instead of a basketball arena. Since when did supporting your team become a crime? When fans heckle Caitlin Clark? Silence from security. When opposing fans get vicious toward Fever players? Nothing happens. But the moment an Indiana fan so much as raises their voice toward a visiting player, it's code red. The footage shows Fever fans getting ejected, while visiting team fans in the same sections are saying far worse things to Indiana players. The double standard isn't just obvious, it's documented. Why is this happening? The WNBA is terrified that passionate fan bases might hurt the feelings of certain players. They're more concerned with creating a safe space for opposing teams than they are with protecting the rights of paying customers. But here's the twisted part. This isn't about player safety. This is about control. The league wants to control the narrative. They want to control the atmosphere. They want fans to sit quietly, clap politely, and never, ever make opposing players uncomfortable. Since this footage started leaking, the WNBA has gone into full damage control mode. They're claiming these ejections were for fan safety. They're saying these fans were being disruptive and inappropriate. But the footage doesn't lie. And what it shows is fans being punished for the crime of being passionate about their team. The league is even trying to suppress this footage. They're claiming copyright violations. They're threatening legal action against anyone sharing it. Why? Because they know that when people see what really happened, the narrative falls apart. This isn't just about one game or one fan. This is about the future of basketball. Do we want arenas filled with passionate, loud, engaged fans? Or do we want sterile environments where everyone sits quietly and nobody ever gets their feelings hurt? The leaked footage shows us what the WNBA is choosing. They're choosing to silence their most passionate supporters to protect the comfort of players who can't handle the most basic element of competitive sports: home court advantage. The footage is out there. The truth is exposed. Now it's up to us to decide what kind of league we want the WNBA to be. Do we accept a league that punishes fans for being fans? Do we support a system that treats paying customers like criminals for cheering too loudly? Or do we demand that basketball remains the passionate, energetic, fan-driven sport it's supposed to be? The leaked footage has given us the evidence. Now we need to use it to demand change. Because if we don't stand up for these fans, who's next? If we don't fight for the right to be passionate about our teams, what's left? The footage doesn't lie. The truth is out there. And it's time the WNBA answered for what they've done to their most loyal supporters. Type justice if you believe these fans deserved better treatment. The revolution starts now.